Hello and welcome again to another edition of Monticello Minute Unscripted. As always, we're recording in the Advanced Printing Studios just off the square in beautiful downtown Monticello, and I'm your host, Keith Wallace. Today we have a very special guest with us, the director of the CALL of Southeast Arkansas, Betsy Anderson. Welcome to the show, Betsy.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, Betsy, we're going to talk about the CALL because it does so much for our community and it's such a great organization. But if you would, before we start talking about that, could you just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I have lived in the Monticello, Southeast Arkansas area since 2011. My husband and I moved here from Kansas, actually, to be more a part of foster care ministry.
Okay.
Moved here in 2011 to be house parents at Vera Lloyd.
Foster
care has changed a lot since then.
Vera Lloyd's a friend of the show. We've had people on from Vera Lloyd and talked about that.
Yeah. So there's no house parenting really anymore, but we went from there to be founding leaders on the leadership team of the CALL in Drew County.
How long has the CALL in Drew County been established?
2014 was the year we were meeting in William and Deborah West living room. Starting to get things together.
That's some grassroots stuff right there. Just started real small and has grown through the years thanks to hard work from you and other people that have been involved and volunteered.
Yeah, we've had so many great volunteers, and for many years we were 100% volunteer driven, and we've slowly been able to, now we have 2 staff members, but we're still very volunteer driven.
Well, I'm glad to know a little bit about yourself, where you come from and how long you've been here. Obviously, you have integrated into this community excellent. And I'm sure you would say, like so many other people say, we came to Monticello and we just fell in love with the place. It's just a great community. And one thing that makes it a great community is having organizations like the CALL. Could you just kind of give us a little bit of information? I know when people think of the CALL, at least when I think of the CALL, foster care is the first thing that immediately comes to mind. And obviously that's the driving force, to help children, get children placed in loving, caring homes, to give them the support they need from a family standpoint. But y'all do so much more that maybe people don't realize. I know you just recently, you've got a new office right off the square there. It's a great office. I visited a few weeks ago and was actually given a little tour and was really taken back and just really impressed with everything that is going on at y'all's office place there. And I was going to turn it over to you and let you tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so our primary work is to recruit, like you kind of said, foster care, recruit, train, and support foster families in Southeast Arkansas. But of course, adoption is part of that sometimes. And we are always recruiting, training, and supporting adoptive families as well. Sometimes our foster families turn into adoptive families, and we are committed to walk with them forever. Awesome. So they get to be a part of our community and our support system and the services we provide as long as they need them. A lot of times it's after that adoption day that they find out, oh, we need some help. We need somebody to walk alongside us. And so we've got mental health supports. We've got a really robust, large support group that's been going since about 2016. About 50 people on average come to that from across our area.
Wow.
We have call clubs, which are like small groups of our parents that get together to build community with each other, review resources, and read books together about trauma-informed parenting, just to be able to show up for their kids in ways that really matter.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you mentioned our space, so that's our newest thing. But we have our support center is right off the square, 103 North Main. And we've got several components to that. One thing that's new for us is the Family Visit Center. So we're able to provide a homey, comfortable, private, confidential space for families who are separated right now in foster care to come share their weekly family time.
Oh, that's great. That's
so they get 4 hours together a week, and they kind of take ownership over the space. They don't really see anything except for the space and the little treats we put in there for them. And it's like a second home. They get to build new happy memories together as a family and work toward healing and restoration.
That's great. Great. That's great to feel maybe a family to come together and mend, you know. And the networking you talked about, all the families and all the people that you can reach out to for support. I know there's several churches that are a part of that as well. How big of an area does the CALL actually is involved in county-wise? I mean, I know it's Southeast Arkansas, but is that a certain number of counties?
Well, so the CALL as a 5013 organization is actually statewide now, 73 counties.
Okay.
So we're an affiliate of the statewide organization. So the affiliate kind of setup allows us to serve local children through local partnerships with local families. And so our affiliate is Southeast Arkansas, and that's Ashley, Bradley, Chico, Deshae, Drew, and Lincoln County.
Wow, it's a big area, area. And you're doing so much good with what you're doing. I know you're as a administrator or a director, you spend a lot of time on the phone, I'm sure, trying to reach out to people, trying to get the help and support that the children need, and even the foster parents need. I'm sure everybody needs help and support when you're taking on something like helping to protect and helping to a child, that's in need. If people wanted to reach out and help the CALL, in what ways could they help?
We have so many different ways to plug in as a volunteer, and we are a church-focused organization. We're a bridge between the church and the state, and we do that at no cost. And so church partnerships are really important, and volunteers. Nice. And we've got our physical space has exploded, the number of volunteer opportunities we have, but there's also opportunities to volunteer without even ever stepping in our door, because we're doing things across our whole area to support families.
Well, when I was in there, I noticed there was some swag available, just some stuff T-shirts and things that people could buy that obviously, would support the CALL. Not only the money they give to buy the merchandise, but wearing the merchandise around and letting people know that the CALL exists and is here to help. And when I was in there and took the tour, and I seen everything, when y'all help place a child, you not only do the paperwork and anything necessary to place the child in the home, you also make sure they have what they need, their toothbrush, their toothpaste, their shampoo, all that stuff, and clothes, sleeping bag, not sleeping bags, but bedding and stuff, So it's so much help that goes on to let these children and these foster parents both know that you've got them taken care of. You're there for them, and you're there to support them. And it's not just you and your volunteers, it's this entire network that you've set up.
We kind of see ourselves as just a local context. We aren't doing all the work. A place to organize and bring together the community support for children in foster care. So all those new packs of underwear and socks and hygiene products and pillows and blankets and all that, those are all coming from local community members or churches, businesses. We try to make sure that if they're willing to have a yes when they get their call for a child, that they know the CALL's got my back, our community has our back, we can say yes, all the other stuff's going to fall into place. Because overnight you need a bed,
there you go,
you need a car seat, you need a full week's worth of clothes, and everything, and that adds up really quick. So they can come get those things and just concentrate on meeting the holistic needs of that child in their home.
The popular saying is it takes a village.
Yes.
And the CALL brings the village together, and it's such a great organization. It does so much. I'm really excited and really happy to have you on here today, and I know our listeners are really enjoying this and really learning some more about the CALL. If they wanted to visit a website or a Facebook page, do you have those?
Yeah. Find us on social media. That would be best. Facebook, Instagram, we're on both of those as the CALL in Southeast Arkansas. You can reach out by email, SEA for Southeast Arkansas at thecallinarkansas.org, or our phone number is 870-308-9502.
And if they wanted to visit the CALL, y'all are there 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday.
Just drop in Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 3, and we'd love to give you a tour and talk to you about all the different ways you can plug in. We'd love to get your church plugged in. And it's Christmas. There's lots of opportunities.
Obviously, the holidays. I mean, we should always think about our community and especially our children year round. But the holidays is a time we really have to focus even harder to make sure that the kids are getting what they need. We've had guests on. We just had Hallie Ryburn Powell on last week talking about the Feed the Kids initiative and the JA, what they do as far as their Christmas boxes. And the CALL, of course, needs support as well for their kids in foster care. So thank you again for coming by. I really enjoyed talking with you.
Thanks for having me.
We hope to have you on again soon.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, we're back with our guest today, Amanda Laudell. Now, Amanda is the marketing director for the City of Monticello, Advertising and Promotion. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
It's good to be here.
If you would, tell our viewers just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, as he said, my name is Amanda, and I was born and raised in Oklahoma. My family and I moved here about 10 years ago, and we have, my husband and I have 3 children. My oldest is 16, and it's a girl. And then I've got 2 boys, 14 and almost 10. Okay. I had to think about it.
Birthday coming up 10. Then.
Yes, yes.
Now, do they go to Monticello school?
They all go to Monticello. They all play sports.
Oh, wow.
They all keep me very busy.
I'm sure. Yeah. Kids are supposed to do that. They got a lot of stuff to get into and to do.
That's right.
And, of course, Monticello is a town that offers a lot of stuff, and I know that kind of falls along the area that you're working in.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about how long you've been with working with the city and what your goal is in your current position.
Okay. So I have been working with the city for about 6 months, and I love it. It has been a great position, and it's fun and exciting. Every day is different, and so a lot of what I do is just try to promote Monticello in any way that I can think of. One goal is to reach out to different entities in the town and try to get them to maybe host conferences or host trainings and stuff like that here. Anything to bring people in the town, and of course when they're here they're going to spend money, and it'll just profit everybody, the small businesses and everything that goes into all of that. Yeah. So
well, we do the same thing here on this program, and we come up with the idea for this. Our thought was probably a similar thought process to what you have. There's so much here in Monticello and Drew County, and we want to promote that. We want other people to see what we're doing and see what we are and see what we're about.
Right.
And I know when you and I were speaking before we started filming, there's a lot of organizations and different entities here in Monticello that you want to reach out to and say, hey, when you get ready to have your annual meeting, or when you get ready to host any kind of training or anything like that, do it at Monticello. Let us share in your business and what you've got going on.
Yeah, so I compiled a list of all the different buildings and conference centers and stuff that we have here in town. We have things that can host 15 to 400.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot opportunity. So.
And I know another thing that you've taken on is trying to plan some events and to give the citizens and people of Monticello something to come and enjoy.
Right.
And I believe you've got a pretty big one coming up here just pretty shortly here.
We do, yeah. So we have the Home for the Holidays square lighting event. If you've driven by the square, I'm sure you've seen there's been a lot of work going on.
I see that, some new lights.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
The beautification committee has put together a plan for a very, very nice square this year. And there's going to be a huge Santa sleigh. There's going to be a photo booth with Santa, food trucks, vendors, face painting, hot chocolate. There's going to be, I don't know, maybe somewhere around 10 local groups singing.
Wow, a lot of music. Well, that sounds extraordinary.
Yeah.
When's all this happening?
November 30th.
Wow, right around the corner.
Yes.
Nice.
3:30 to 6. And I think at 6 is when they're supposed to have the actual turn on all the lights.
Nice. November 30th, of course, that's a Sunday afternoon, right here on the square.
Right.
And there's going to be a lighting ceremony, like you said, food trucks, singing, booths. Santa Claus is going to be here.
There's going to be a petting zoo, a train. It's going to be,
Sounds like something everybody needs to be at and check out. And, of course, that's just a couple of days before the Chamber of Commerce is doing the Christmas parade.
Right.
So much going on. I can't wait. Exciting. It really gets you in the spirit of the holidays and gets you thinking about Christmas.
Right. Yeah,
well, that's awesome. And say that, somebody wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about planning an event or promotion or something like that. How could they get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can call my work phone.
Okay.
It's, 870-308-6671. Or email me at exploremonticello@gmail.com.
Nice. Explore Monticello.
Yes.
That's a great name. I've always loved that, because it gets right to the point. as far as social media, I know y'all have to do Facebook, and I assume you're over that as well. Is there a website that people can go to just see upcoming events on the Explore Monticello tag?
Yeah, there is a website that's exploremonticello.com.
Okay, exploremonticello.com.
Yeah,
Good.
there's some new things transitioning in that area.
Yeah, websites are always under construction.
Yeah, probably in January. We're hopefully got something exciting we're going to be pushing out that will probably take the place of that.
Okay, good. Well, that's, I always like to hear about upgrades and new things coming along. And, I hope now, since you're in this position and your main goal is to promote Monticello, I feel like we're going to have a great relationship because that's what we want to do here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have you on to talk about more events. But right now, I'm excited about the Home for the Holidays square Christmas lighting. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to have something like that here in our town in Monticello. So it's been a pleasure visiting with you.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok to keep up with all. I try anything that's happening in Monticello that people will share information with me. I try to post it on there. So
Explore Monticello.
Yes, all of them are Explore Monticello.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Look her up. Check it out. I appreciate you coming on, and
Thanks
we will
for
see you
having me.
next time.
Yeah.